Hey, in the world of networking, the one-to-ones is where the magic happens. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make the most out of those one-to-ones and get the results that you are looking for. So when you're out networking your business and attending events and shaking hands and collecting business cards and attempting to develop relationships, the one-to-ones is where that relationship is going to go to a whole new level. But, Florida Trend Magazine says that 80% of professionals that are out networking their business right now are doing it all wrong. And what I found in my own professional experience out in the networking world is that many people fail when it comes to this one-to-one. I had a coaching client tell me that she was really struggling with the one-to-ones because she would sit down with somebody and that person would talk about their business for most of the one-to-one, and she never got an opportunity to share who she was or what she did, and she would walk away from those one-to-ones feeling discouraged, like things were one-sided. So in this video, I'm going to teach you what I call the 15-minute rule. And if you follow this 15-minute rule, you will get way more out of your one-to-ones than you've possibly been getting up until this point. And so the 15-minute rule works like this. In most cases, when you sit down to do a one-to-one with somebody, usually it's going to be about an hour long, maybe an hour and a half long. But most people like to keep their one-to-one appointments to about an hour. So we're going to break this hour appointment, this hour-long one-to-one, down into 4 segments. Each segment is going to be about 15 minutes. So one of the keys to making this 15-minute rule successful is for you to control the conversation. Very important that you control the conversation when you sit down and meet with somebody. Why? Because if you can control the conversation and follow this process that I'm going to give to you in this video, then it's going to be effective for you and it's going to be effective for the person that you're meeting with. So how do we control the conversation? First and foremost, we do that by asking questions, right? We control the flow of that conversation. So when I sit down with somebody in a one-to-one, the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to spend the first 15 minutes getting to know who that person is personally. One of the mistakes that people make when they sit down for one-to-ones is they jump right into the business. Tell me about your business, or let me tell you about my business. And the reality is that we want to do business with people that we know, like, and trust. We want to refer business to people that we know, like, and trust. So we really need to get to know each other on a personal level first before we jump into all the business stuff. So I'm going to spend the first 15 minutes finding out who this person is. And I may start with a question like, take me on a journey, take me all the way back. Who are you? How did you get to where you're at right now? Now, in a lot of cases, this individual will try to take you and give you that personal or that professional story. A lot of times people in the business world, they will shy away from the personal aspect and focus on the business. But when you do focus on the personal part, the business part will grow to a level that it's never been before. So we want to spend that first 15 minutes finding out who that person is. So if that person attempts to try to get to talking about their business, I'm going to ask them another personal question. How long have you lived here? Where did you go to school? Are you married? You got kids? I'm going to dig into that person's personal life. I'm going to ask the questions, not in an abrasive way, but in a sincere way, because I sincerely want to know who this person is. So the first 15 minutes, I am making it all about that person on a personal level. Once we get to that 15-minute mark, then I, again, controlling the conversation, am going to start to tell them my personal story. Because when they told me their personal story and their personal journey, I found some places in that personal journey that were common ground. There were some situations, some things they did, some things they experienced, some thought processes in their personal life that I can relate to, that maybe even I've experienced myself. And so I'm going to start my 15 minutes of my personal journey by saying, you know what? I love that story. There's so much in your story that I can relate to. You know, I grew up here in Tampa, Florida, and I will start sharing my personal journey, some of the things that I experienced and maybe some of the struggles that I went through, because again, we all have one thing in common. We have experienced struggle. We've experienced struggle at some point in our life. We've experienced heartbreak at some point in our life. We've experienced the opportunity to persevere and overcome at some point in our life. So this is something that we all share, and it's common ground for each and every one of us, right? So why not let that be part of that conversation? So 15 minutes hearing all about their story, 15 minutes sharing your story, and now we're going to transition back in business. Again, I'm in control of the conversation. You are in control of the conversation. So when you've done sharing your story of 15 minutes, you have probably connected with them on a personal level at this point, because you found again and discussed some of that common ground that you have with that person. You know their personal story. They know your personal story. Now you've connected at a level that a lot of people are failing to connect at in their one-to-ones. So now when I'm done telling my personal story and sharing that journey with them, now I am going to start digging in to their business. And I'm going to have a focus on creating an opportunity for them. So I really, as I'm asking the questions and finding out about their business, I want to know also what their struggle is in their business. Everybody has a struggle. Everybody has a need. Now, a lot of times when people sit down with you in this professional atmosphere, in this one-to-one, they're going to want you to think that they have it all together, right? So they're going to present it in that way. You know, their company's amazing, honesty, integrity. They've been in business 20 years. All of these things that really at the end of the day are not, they're helpful in a way that you know that they have a good company. However, they're not going to help you meet their needs, because you have a goal when you do a one-to-one, and that is to help meet the needs of the person that is sitting across the table from you. Because if you can do that, then you're going to win. You're going to win. And so I'm going to ask the questions, and I'm going to take them on a journey of their business now, or have them take me on a journey of their business, and find out what it is that they're missing. What do they need? What is their struggle? Because even if I may not be the answer or the solution to their struggle, chances are I probably know somebody who is. And so in that moment, I am going to provide that individual with an opportunity to solve their problem. Wow. Wow. So after I've spent that 15 minutes, finding out what they need and then offering that solution to that need, now I'm going to transition again, because I'm controlling the conversation. And I'm going to take about 15 minutes to talk a little bit about my business, how I help people, what I do, and what my need is. What am I looking for right now? What's my immediate need? Because they may have the solution to my problem. So all in all, we've spent an hour, and we have covered so much powerful information with each other, and we have connected in a way that most people are not connecting in right now with their one-to-ones. Another fail that some people have is they may sit down. And they may sit down for that entire hour, and they may just focus on getting to know each other on a personal level. And that's fine. But why not take the opportunity to do both? Why not take the opportunity to walk away from that one-on-one meeting with some results, with some actual results? You have helped them, they have helped you, and you have gotten to know each other on a personal level, which is going to open doors for that relationship to grow and thrive even further moving forward. So try out the 15-minute rule on your next one-to-one appointment. I'd love to get some feedback from you and hear the results that you've had. God bless you. We'll see you on the next video. If you have not subscribed yet to this channel, please do so. And if you have not ordered your copy yet of my new book, The $100,000 Handshake, I deep dive into the one-to-ones. I deep dive into 30-second commercials, all aspects of getting out and networking your business in the marketplace and doing it effectively. I cover in the $100,000 Handshake networking secrets that every entrepreneur must know. So go to stevehopperbooks.com, grab yourself a copy of that today. God bless you, and look forward to seeing you soon.